Downtown, Petco Park, a new beginning, let's go. Started back rocking the brown. Ever since we've been knocking them down. Baby said she wanna go to the game. Taught her how to say Padres gang. Started back rocking the brown. Ever since we've been knocking them down. Mitchell and Ness with the old school name. All of the homies holler Padres gang. Yeah, they.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show, Talking Friars pregame show for September 17th, 2022. Padres D-backs, 5-10, I believe is the first pitch. Yeah, 5-10. Padres with a great win last night, won 12-3, looking for their 80th win of the year. D-backs are 68-76. Looks like it's going to be a good pitching matchup today. Joe Musgrove for the Padres, Zach Gallen for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Zach Gallen, doesn't know how to allow any runs. This guy's been tremendous in his last 7 starts. I know he gave up 3 runs against the Rockies in his last start, but that's still a quality start. 6 innings, 3 earned runs allowed. And then the start on August 2nd was 5 2/3, 3 runs earned runs. So he almost got to a quality start in that start. And then 3 starts before that, he didn't allow more than 2 runs. So this guy has been tremendous for the Diamondbacks for a long time. He's definitely their ace. That's clear. He's one of the best starting pitchers in baseball. So it's going to be a test. After the Padres scored 12 runs last night, you're feeling good, but then they have they have Zach Gallen that they have to deal with. I have Azokar in my mind because he's in the Padres lineup again today. I like it. He's in the lineup with the righty on the mound. Usually with the righty on the mound, it would be Grisham in the lineup. He's a lefty, obviously. But no, they're going to go with the Zokar. He's batting 9th in center field. And for all those Luis Campusano fans out there, Campy is in the lineup. He is catching. So it's a different lineup. Profar's back in there leading off. No Will Myers after leading off last night. Profar's leading off in left field. Soto's in right field. Manny's at third. Brandon Drury coming off that 2-home run game. He's batting cleanup at first base. Crony drove in a run last night. He's at second base. Josh Bell is DHing after coming off the bench last night. Ha-Sung Kim homered last night. I know it was off a position player, but he still, I think he got 3 hits last night. He's at shortstop batting 7th. Campy is catching batting 8th. Jose Zokar, again, no Grisham. Zokar's in center field batting 9th. And it's not like Zokar doesn't deserve it. This guy, Grisham's come up with some big hits this year, some big home runs. But Grisham's not the one hitting 483 since August 20th. Azokar has a 1,049 OPS in 12 games. I know that's a small sample size, but he's taken that's the opportunity that he's gotten, right? He's taken that opportunity and ran with it. So props to Jose for that, to Sugar, that's his nickname. And so I'm happy for the guy that he's back in the lineup, even with a tough righty on the mound. They believe in him that much. So I like this lineup. I still think that having someone else in that leadoff spot would be better than Profar in terms of production, getting on base more. But you want someone in that leadoff spot who can have those longer at-bats, that can see pitches, right? And that's what Profar does pretty well. So he's accomplishing what the Padres want in that leadoff spot. So I guess I can't, be too mad at that. And obviously Drury batting 4th, love that. Fine with the rest of the lineup. And obviously Campusano catching Musgrove. I think it's good, right? Musgrove's last start, I think they had, was it Alfaro catching him? It was for the first time all year long since spring training. And so they weren't very comfortable with one another, I would think. So you have Campy back there. Remember that Wednesday start against the Giants? Musgrove had a lot of success. That was that Wednesday game, August 31st. He went 6 2/3 innings, 3 earned runs, but those were really late in the outing. Struck out 11 guys. I think he struck out 5 guys in a row at one point. So he was comfortable with Campy. Remember, they went days and days before Musgrove that scheduled start against the Giants, talking with one another because remember Campy's start when he caught Mania that Sunday game against the Royals, that didn't go so well. So Musgrove was like, you know what? I got to take this guy under my wing. I got to talk to this guy, test him. I'll trust him to call the game, but days before the game, I'm going to sit with him the entire game and say, okay, what would you go to this guy? What would you call for this guy? Look at this situation. What would you call here? And so they got comfortable with one another there, and it paid off. And so hopefully they have another successful start as a battery today. Musgrove, by the way, to Dennis Lin. I don't know if you guys saw that Dennis Lin article in The Athletic. Musgrove seems to have found something yesterday. He was throwing flat ground, and then he threw some off of the mound, I believe. That's what Dennis said, which is not something that a starter usually does the day before their start. So he found something, and he wanted to test it, I guess, on the mound at least a few times to see if it worked, and I guess it did. So hopefully something with his mechanics or whatever it is. I don't believe he said to Dennis what it was, and obviously I don't think he'd want to just for matchup reasons and for the other team seeing it. But I don't care. I just want the numbers to improve. So hopefully that happens tonight. Zach Gallen, last time out, like I said, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. Didn't walk anyone though. Struck out 11. Start before that, 7 innings, no runs. Start before that, 7 innings, no runs. Start before that, 6 innings, no runs. Start before that, 7 1/3, no runs. Start before that, 7 innings, no runs. Start before that, 7 innings, no runs. I'm not joking. That's what happened. He's been that dominant. No runs. He went 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 starts. He went 6 starts without allowing an earned run. From August 8th to September 4th, before allowing 3 earned runs in that Colorado start. Absolutely amazing. And so I would think that's probably what the Padres are going to get today. Maybe not a shutout, but they're going to probably get someone who is better than they were against Colorado, at Colorado. More of a control environment at Chase Field. So in those 6 starts, Gallen went 41 1/3 innings, no runs, 46 strikeouts. Opponent batting average of 122. Their on base percentage 173. OPS of 310. I mean, that is one heck of a stretch. Let's see what he's done against the Padres this year. June 21st, 6 innings, 1 earned run. But then June 28th, 5 innings, 6 runs. So they got to him right after that. Those were back-to-back starts for Gallen where he faced the Padres. Only 2 times that he's faced the Padres this year. So one was really good, and the other one was really bad. And obviously, that start or the starts against the Padres were before they had Soto, Drury, Bell, all that. So it'll be interesting to see how Gallen attacks the Padres, how he attacks those guys, because it is a different lineup. Soto's hitting 400 off of him and off of Gallen in his career. Drury doesn't have a hit off of him. Bell doesn't have a hit off of him. Azokar hasn't faced him. Campy hasn't faced him. So maybe they struggle against him. But then there's some guys that do have a good track record against him. Profar's hitting 429 off of Gallen. Kim's hitting 500, 6 at-bats. So there's some good and some bad. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm going to be at the Wave game, so I probably won't catch a ton of the game, but I'll probably go back and watch it later. As for the bullpen situation, not a whole lot to talk about. And that's good because the Padres blew out the D-backs last night. So Hader hasn't thrown since Tuesday, right? Tuesday? Yeah. Garcia's had a day off. Martinez has had a day off. Tim Hill's had 2 days off. Wilson, Suarez, Johnson have had at least a day off. Johnson hasn't pitched since Wednesday. Stammen pitched yesterday. Sucked. What a surprise. Gave up the home run. But the game was over by then, so that was fine. And Morhone also pitched yesterday, 12 pitches. And Snell was that good. 7 innings yesterday, 1 run, where he gave the bullpen a day off. All right, let's get to some comments here. By the way, my Padre pick today is going to be Jose Azocar. I know he hasn't faced Gallen, but I like the way he's swinging the bat. I picked Manny yesterday, got a hit, so I'm 91-49 so far this season in my pregame show Padre pick. Let's get to some comments here. Not a ton of people in here. I know it's a Saturday, but Gabe says Zach Gallen is insane. I agree. He has been insane this year. I like the lineup today, he says. I do too. If we want to show we're contenders, then we need to beat Gallen tonight. Yeah, I understand what you're saying there because the Padres are going to face good pitchers the rest of the year, or at least they're going to face good pitchers when it comes to the postseason, right? They're going to face good pitchers when they face the Dodgers again for 3 more games at Petco. The Giants, I think they have Rodon, right? So, yeah, there's good pitching that they're going to have to face. Cardinals coming up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So, yeah, you'd like them to show that they can beat an ace. Yeah, Manny says, let's hope we save some bats for tonight. I agree. Scoring 12 runs last night when you only needed 4. It's like, okay, we're facing Zach Gallen today, but yesterday I was saying tomorrow, can we save some of these, please? Can we save that Ha-Seong Kim home run, not hit it off of Carson Kelly, the catcher? Let's save it for today. We'll see. Milwaukee, by the way, is playing the Yankees at 4:10. Yankees they lost. They were winning. They were up 5-0 at one point in the game yesterday. Milwaukee came all the way back. Frankie Montas has been struggling with the Yankees, and Milwaukee walked it off last night. So that sucked to see. Irie says, so Padres, by the way, they're a game and a half up still on Milwaukee. Irie says, it's all about Joe not hanging his curveball. That's his Achilles heel second half. No one wrote a book on him. His stuff is hanging bottom line. Yeah. I think he'd agree with that assessment. I don't know if it's the slider more or the curveball, but yeah, it's definitely the breaking ball. One of them that's been hanging. Maybe it's been both a little bit, but yeah, I agree. That's been hanging. Did he throw a changeup or something his last outing? Was it Taylor? It might have been the same. I think it was actually the same pitch. It might have been the slider actually. Turner and Taylor when they took him yard against for the Dodgers. Was it last Sunday? I think those were the same pitch. But yeah, obviously not leaving those over the middle of the plate. Kind of like Snell last night, right? He was really good with his breaking pitches and threw 70% of his fastballs for strikes. Obviously, throw strikes where you want to throw them. Gabe says, I'll be happy with 5 good innings from Joe. Based on the way, the runs that he's given up, I guess you could say that, but I want more than that because I know Joe can give more than that. He knows he can give more than that. So I'm going to say 6 innings. I'm going to say a quality start from Joe is what I want tonight. Because if he says that he found something yesterday before the game when he was throwing on flat ground, I hope that he can transition that into the game. Mills is going with the Zokar. Okay. I obviously agree. Irie doesn't like Will Myers being benched today. Has great stats in his career in Arizona. Yeah, but that more matters. His career stats in Arizona don't really matter here. His stats against Gallen matter. He hasn't gotten a hit off of Gallen yet. And Profar leadoff spot hitting 429 off him. And Josh Bell, Brandon Drury, they're more power threats than Wills. So I think that's why that's why you're seeing this lineup the way it is today. That would be my guess. And Brandon Drury's obviously going to be in the lineup. So Diamondbacks lineup, by the way, Josh Rojas is leading off at second. Dalton Varsho's in right. Jake McCarthy is in left. Christian Walker's at first. Corbin Carroll is DHing. Carson Kelly's catching. Sergio Alcantara is at third. Alec Thomas in center. And Geraldo Perdomo is at shortstop. So, yeah, that's about it. 5-10 first pitch. Padres looking for win number 80. Trying to get to 2.5 games up on Milwaukee if the Yankees can help out a little bit. And the Padres obviously win tonight. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, I think it's going to come down to that starting pitching matchup. Two good starters. If Joe can hang in there, quality start, and if the Padres can get something off of Gallen, I think they have a really good chance of winning tonight. All right. Short pregame show today, I know, but that's going to do it. September 17th, Padres D-backs, 5-10's the first pitch. Go Padres. See you, everybody.